I think our generation, like, the Coles, the Kendricks, the Miles. What is it? Frederick Douglass, Douglass, Douglass. The poets of our time. Miles for president. Douglas. Every time Kendrick rips out his hair, trying to create a masterpiece, Miles is yelling in the studio. Every time. There's a serious rapper writing a real, like, about the world. Miles is gonna rap about his, and it's gonna do so. It's millions of views. All the millions of studio hours. Miles in minutes. He's running miles around us. Douglas.
Hit me. Hold on. I'm gonna say it just like he does. Hit me with a high and a low. Then hit me again with a high. I'm talking like it too. But
So, my high is I rapped today in public with a guy named Drew who was making beats, playing live, and it was really cool. I had a lot of fun. I went to some really cool coffee shops. I had a fire salmon sandwich. Too expensive, but it was fire with some sea salt, caramel coffee, fire, horchata, fire. Didn't finish it. Finished the day with some, just wrapped it all up with some Panda Express. And you know what? I got some pizza. I got some pizza still. I'm just saying, ladies, you trying to get flued out? If you're trying to get flued out, hit my line. Call my peoples if you're trying to get flued out. The low is I was actually feeling low a couple of days ago, and I thought my day was gonna go horrible. And it actually didn't go as bad. I remember I saw videos. Trevor Noah saying, he's like, imagine that coworker you're working with, whatever, is gonna say something that's gonna piss you off, or imagine something in your day is not gonna go well, or imagine something this is gonna happen, and then you could actually let the day unfold. So like I was imagining bad stuff that could happen, and it was letting myself like not be disappointed. When something happens, it's like when you're walking, you're gonna trip. Alright, so with a high, I can't lie, that salmon sandwich was good. The salmon was good. It was 2 pieces of toast. They're not small. It was some thick toast with cucumber. I think there was some cream cheese or something. But then they it had it was a good chunk of salmon, and I get why white girls love avocado toast. I get it. I swear to God, I was hating. I had avocado bagel before, but I get it. I'm not lying. When you pick up the sandwich and you're like, you know what I mean? You feel like a baddie. I was like, you know what? Get my Birkin. Get my Birkin. Get my Birkin. Oh, I went to a really cool print shop where I want to print some stickers. That's been really fun. Like actually printing out art or something physical. Oh man, it just feels so much more real than like when you do it digitally and you don't feel it. Like when you hold it in your hand, you're like, oh, I burst something.
Bruh?
Hit us with a high and a low and then a high.
I'm trying to think. The high is that this week's over. Jeez. There was so much studying this week. Like I'm trying to like work on like on my own, being like a creative. But I also have like to finish up college, and then after you get done with college, there you go, your parents being like, you gotta go to graduate school. And then a low. Yeah, for real. I know somebody about to screenshot this. But no, you didn't. You didn't see me. We weren't here. This is between us. This is between. But
I really love you.
yeah. Anyway.
Please.
Let me say my low.
Sorry, we're just trying to be artists. Please.
Well, yeah,
Alright,
I guess.
Hit us with a high and hit us with a low.
I just did my high. High is that the week's over. The high is that the week's over. There was a whole lot of studying for me this week, just with like midterms and stuff. But like, what's so good about like college is that the later on you get, like the easier stuff gets. Like even though like stuff is technically hard, it's like you just kind of like, you know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is. And you just kind of move on. A low. I really should have planned out my weeks. To me, the start of this year was a little bit hard because I took like 3 months off, so that was kind of like. I took 3 months off in the summer. I didn't do anything, and like I wasn't.
Didn't do another summer session.
I didn't do a summer session. Summer session, I didn't do summer classes, right?
You did the first summer session.
I didn't do either. I dropped both of them. Yeah, I didn't feel like doing any homework. But so that ended up really sucking. But then what was it? I think another. That's a low. Yeah, I think I should have planned out my week because I just ended up being really, really busy. You know, it's good. You know, I'm so like, you know, grateful to God that like I even get like the type of education that I get. That like I think like very few, probably less than maybe 5% of the world is able to get the education that I'm afforded. And yes, like I worked hard to like earn it, but there's some people that work way harder than me that don't get what I get. So, you know, I'm always like grateful for that, even though like, you know, like I have to like work for it. And then another high, I would say. Let's say another high is like, shoot. Man. It's another high. Yeah, I got another low. Everybody today everybody talked to me, but the person that I wanted to talk to me. I was just like, bro, I was like, bro, I'm talking to all these like sweaty dudes. I know that's just how it goes, unfortunately. But anyway, yeah, I would say the high though is it was just a good day. Like it was a cool day. Like it was just like, yo, just time to finish up college. You know what I mean? How did you feel at the end of college?
I honestly just was. I'd just go to Blue Pepper and draw. Just try to get my assignments done.
How'd you feel?
To be honest, I was kind of. I didn't know how to feel because I knew I was gonna have to do some summer. I just had so much stuff to get done, and I was like, how is that gonna get? I was like, how am I gonna be able to finish all my classes on time? So I was just freaking out a lot about trying to figure out how to graduate on time and classes that I didn't pass and trying to make them pass, and then trying to graduate. So I walked, went to my graduation on time, but I still had a couple classes to finish, which I did in the summer, and I was like, how the heck did I graduate? But I did. And I guess a lot of it was just trying to like figure out how to get out. It was just like, let me get out. Like it was just let me out. I was just sending Amir a text and I was like, just tell him to let me out. Let me out, please. Let me out. I don't want to be here. Hey, you're gonna have a real problem on your hands.
I can't tell if it's like at UCSD. But yeah, but I can't tell if it's just a UCSD, but it's like, I don't, but here's the thing, I don't think I want to be there no more. You know, like I already had like a love-hate relationship with my school. Yeah, I can't tell if it's just my relationship with it, but I mean, I've only really been around SDSU and UCSD. I can't tell if there's really a difference between people. All I can tell you that when I'm walking around UCSD, bro, nobody's talking to each other. Everybody's there is just looking straight ahead with one goal in mind: get that bag. They're just focused on the money.
The bag.
Focus on their mission. I respect it, but it's like, hey man, some of these people.
Everybody's moving like this.
For like next week, everybody got a goal in mind.
What is guys?
I mean, it's not. Oh no, I don't mess with guys.
You know you're just gonna read those PowerPoint slides and pretend to study. Oh, you think the teacher will grade that test?
I miss those. I haven't had a teacher miss a class in years. I don't think I've actually had in years. But I pray for those days. Like those are probably the most amazing days when a teacher misses like a lecture and you're like, oh,
I used to have a teacher.
you talking about
No, go put that nigga.
they don't know him.
Yo,
Oh yeah, let me not. You talking about?
I
You
used
talking
to-
about?
hold on,
You
hold
talking
on,
about him?
Yeah, I used to have a teacher. Send me an email 10 minutes before I got out of the show.
You love him.
I love
As soon as I see that, I'm like, that's what I'm
I
talking
love
about,
you.
bro.
Sometimes I want to respond.
Fight the power.
I love you. That's right. That's
Follow
right.
up email.
Fuck the
Reply all. I love
Yes,
you, dog.
I love you.
Thank you.
Sometimes I mean, my first time.
And that was back when I actually had this teacher too. Like when I had him, it was remote.
I guess to be honest, I'm terrified. I want to like just jump into the safe route. I want to go back to grad school. I want to do all that safe stuff just to feel a little bit safe, just to feel a little bit stable, you know what I mean? But every day I just keep wanting to do this thing and just hearing something inside of me saying, you could pull it off. And I know sometimes, you know, there's a lot of stuff, but I think as artists, like, we dream crazy. Like that line you said to Phoebe Bridgers, that you knew everything at 18 and nothing at 22. Like when me and my brother would like do this thing, we'd be like, so if you had $1 billion or $100 billion, what would you do, right? And I was like, fuck, it completely changes your perception, because like it's something that I'm thinking about that I don't think I could do. So like it'd be like, oh, I'm producing like girl R&B singers, right? Or we're working on an anime studio. That would be the things I would want to do. Or maybe get into woodworking. And then I think about, would I do that today? I'm like, no, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough to produce somebody. I'm not good enough to do this. I'm not good enough to start woodworking. I know I'm not going to be good in the beginning. But it's like, if you had all the money in the world, what would you spend your time on? And it, like, when you don't think about that, you're like, hold.
Actually, I asked my coworker, because one of my coworkers recently got her PhD, and I was asking her, I was like, dang, do you still like feel like, you know, imposter syndrome? She was like, yeah. And I was like, bro, if I got my PhD and I was still feeling like I shouldn't be there, I'm like, it's never like, it's a feeling that's never gonna leave you, you know? Like that's like, oh, like I wanna do this, but I don't know if I could do it. Like if I'm not enough, right? Like sure, like you have to put an initiative and like learn to be good at your craft, but I think you just gotta just get your foot in the door. You know what I mean? It's all about keeping a balance.
Yeah, I feel you with the imposter syndrome thing. Sometimes when I do something, I'm like, no, but you're not a real artist, but you're not a real this. Like I was thinking about doing live looping, where I'm like making beats live, and then in my head I'm like, I just started thinking, oh, I'm not like Masego, or I'm not like Reggie Watts. I'm not a real musician because I can't play an instrument, but I play, you know, on like a digital audio workstation, a DAW like Ableton. I just would hear that all the time, where if I'm like drawing manga or something, I'd be like, but you're not a real mangaka because you're not drawing it on paper. Or if I'm writing a song, if I'm like punching it in, which is like recording it, I'll be like, but you're not a real singer, or you're not a real artist because you use auto-tune, or you're recording into the machine, you know what I mean? Or you're not writing it on paper. And to be honest, one thing that really pisses me off is when I see people pulling off that I want to do, like YouTube, like people that I saw some esports, they play chess on Twitch, and I just got super upset. Or like esports, and I was like, I just got pissed off because I'm like, look at these people are actually doing what they want to do, and it's possible. And it's like, I get really pissed off when I'm like, oh, they did it, because I think in my head I'm like, oh, I can't do it, but they pulled it off. And now I'm trying to look at it from like a positive perspective, like, oh, look, it's possible to do it. And somebody said something that like, the worst pain in the world is seeing the person you could have been, right? And I was like, oh, holy crap. And this is the thing, look, that's terrifying because I have a friend who makes a lot of money, but he tells me that the job is dull. And I'm like, God, so even when you make the money, because you're spending 80% of your day doing something, and it's like, look, I don't have kids right now, I don't have a lot of responsibilities, I could afford to be like, you know, irresponsible, and I know that's stupid, but it's like, what if we actually pull it off? I have that written on my wall. It's like, what if you're the one that does it? We could possibly do it, but it's like, man, literally, this whole world is conditioning to be like, no, jump for the secure job. if you do this, you'll get that. If you get the grad degree, you'll get the art thing.
I think though that there's value in both, you know? Like, I think there's definitely value in like jumping in to choose a safe option. Just like, cause that is what it is. It's a safe option. At least like it'll allow you like, cause you know nothing is gonna happen overnight. And like a safe job will, you know, get you through the days and stuff. And during, you know, like it's not like you are that job. Like you're gonna have like time outside of it, right? And you just use that time to like build your craft, right? It's kind of what we're doing right now. I mean, like you got, you know, your job, and like I got my job, you know, finish up school and stuff. And afterwards I'm gonna get a job, or I'm gonna go to grad school or something, and then I have to get a job and then finance, you know, my dreams and stuff. But like I think it's there's value in both of like never forgetting what you want to do, but also never forgetting what you are, you know. So like you don't end up homeless. Like, you know, the goal is to not like there's a lot of artists out there that have stories of like, yo, like I worked so hard, I was homeless and stuff. That's not the goal. Like I think that's great, and I think that's an amazing story of achievement and like, you know, getting through obstacles and stuff. But don't strive to be those artists that are like dying, right? Because there are chances that like you don't get that like opportunity and you're just homeless, right? And for a really long time. And that's not like to yeah, and I think there's also like a pressure. I don't know if it is what it is, but like to succeed you're young, yeah, especially like nowadays. But I think people that succeed young are, you know, it's great for them. But I think there's also like something special about succeeding when you're adept at what you do. You know what I mean? Like when somebody like Samuel L. Jackson or what's his name, Anderson .Paak or something like that, when they're like they pop off when they're like seasoned, you see them at like their peak and they're like making like at that point you have like your character set in, you know, and you're like, wow, like that's what's amazing to me, you know. I think that there's value in that, and that just comes with time and stuff. I think everybody on earth can really value patience, you know. And I think that's I think I saw this one quote that was like, the two more powerful warriors are patience and time. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things you can develop in the time before achieving whatever success is, like whether it's fame or acknowledgments, validation. You can build like core friendships, core teams, core relationships, core personal life things, health, figuring out how to navigate the world, if dealing with the problems, because it's like somebody said like success is, I think it was Terry Crews, success is the warmest place to hide. And it's like when you don't have success, you kind of have to fix it. You know, if the room is dirty and you get guests coming over, you gotta clean it. But if nobody's gonna come over, then you don't have to clean it. And that's like what succeeding early is. And most people are just not necessarily happy when they get there because they're secluded and like, I don't know. I do feel a pull a lot that I need to prove myself, or that if I'm not making money or doing all these things that I'm a failure. Because the respect culturally around it is when you get on top of the mountain, but it's not the climb, you know. And it's a really hard thing to be like, because with a lot of jobs they have a lot to show, like, oh, I'm at this position now, I will be promoted within 5 years to this position, or like there's a very clear thing. But as an artist, it's a lot of gray area where like, are you on, are you not on, are you making money, are you not making money? It's really hard to navigate the in-between. But I'm enjoying a lot of it. I'm enjoying meeting people. I'm enjoying the balance of trying different things, of not doing art 24/7, because it is very, very, very secluding. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely feel the need to succeed young, and I want to, and I want to prove that I can do it. If I don't, I hope it could be inspiring that it took us time, you know?
I mean, I think there's value in looking back on the things that you already did, you know? Like, I doubt that there's gonna be a day when I look back and like at, you know, the art that we've made and stuff, and like the stuff that we just made up, and be like, man, that was a huge waste of time. I don't think so. At least like that's not how the me right now feels, and I think that that's probably how it's gonna stay for a really long time. You know, I don't think you're ever wasting time when you're doing what you want to do. You know, I don't think there's. Yeah, I really don't. I don't think you're ever wasting time when you're like, I'm getting up, I'm making the beat, I'm writing the story, or I'm drawing this character, and you're like, that's what I want to do. Regardless of how life works. Life works in a way that you're always doing you're always doing something. You might as well be doing something you want to do. You're gonna die one day, and you don't want there to be regrets of man. Because when I look back and I'm like, all the moments that I procrastinated in college, I'm like, I want to take it back. I wouldn't, when time comes of you need to study, you're like, oh man, why did I hang out with my friend? Why did I play this game? Why did I watch this movie or something like that? But when you look back and you're like, wow, those moments those are probably what made college fun in its own way. The procrastination, because I'll tell you what, the studying is I like studying actually. I might be one of the weirdest people that actually likes to study. I think it's just interesting to memorize information. But I think that what makes it the most fun is just making, just talking, just relaxing, just chilling with your bros, What? Yeah, the procrastination. This, I should be watching some more lectures. But
I wish I can have the hindsight to know when I'll get the project done. So right now it's Sunday, for example. I'm only gonna get started on the project on Thursday, finish it up by Saturday. If I could just know that, then I don't feel guilty about it. Datum Wednesday. If I just know for a fact.
I think that's what's really cool about. I was talking about Berlizzi at the start of this, but because I just always be watching his podcast and stuff, and just seeing him, obviously I'm not happy he's messing up, but I think it's really cool to see somebody who's doing their thing and who I actually aspire to be because I think he's just a cool person. I'm not glazing, but what's it called? I saw this video earlier that was as soon as a dude just starts showing his feelings, 93 dudes just come out, why is he glazing, bro? No, come on, I'm just trying to be nice. But I kind of want to be like him, he obviously has his faults and stuff, but he's always talking about how he's messed up in this one thing, he's trying to fix it and stuff. It's genuinely a journey of somebody trying to figure out how to be a better person, how to be a better businessman and stuff. I think it makes it really cool. I don't, and I think that's what I think people even in Hollywood and stuff are catching on to it, but that celebrity thing is going to YouTubers. Because I actually think that the most I've ever gotten nervous was not meeting celebrities. And I saw a couple of them, right? I saw Jaden, and I saw I saw him. Biggest freak out I had was actually just meeting a couple of YouTubers and meeting RDC. That was meeting RHYMESTYLE. He was really cool. And I didn't actually. We never met Swoozy. What are you talking about? No, but I would love to. But meeting him and meeting RDC is just RDC. Was the first time I was shelled. I was shocked. I was
It's almost
yeah, he's he's my height.
I thought Desmond would be taller. I love Desmond.
Yeah.
I just thought taller.
Yeah,
Marcus.
Marcus
Taller than I thought.
Yeah, he's cool. He's regular height.
Yeah, I don't know in the videos.
Because we watched him since we were little.
Yeah.
I watched Mark and RDC since I was in 6th grade. So and now I'm about to graduate college, and they were always I think Mark at that point was in college, so I think he was 19 when he was making those Thor videos and stuff. And I was watching him. And I was like, dang, bro, he's hilarious. And I would show him to like everybody in my class and stuff. And like, then I got to meet him my sophomore year of college. And I didn't even get to talk to him because I was so nervous. I just dapped him up, and I didn't know what to do. That was it. God.
Trying to beat them again.
I was like,
He
damn.
was trying to trigger another event.
Yeah, I was trying to like do anything to like somehow like see them again, but
He was trying to redo the tutorial.
yeah, it was over. Like I could have we didn't see them. I went to a whole like we wasted our time at that one Crunchyroll thing.
Yeah, but we saw a couple cool things.
We saw a couple of like it was cool, but like they weren't even there.
Yeah.
But it was a cool event. Crunchyroll, y'all would do.
Uno was fun.
Huh?
Disrespectful.
Uno was hilarious. Yeah, Uno was Star Wars.
I will hold everybody. Like Uno, killing all of them.
You actually want to see who's actually your real friend?
I'm
Play Uno.
Stannis.
No, but yeah, it's just like I forgot where we started. Where this came from.
Just talking about like I think just if I pray to be kinder to myself, like to be like, oh, it's fine. Sometimes it's okay to live life. We don't have to be productive 24/7. Like Egypt was in a drought. Egypt was in a drought for 7 years. During the time of Moses, there were 7. Oh no, during the time of Joseph, there was 7 years of prosperity, 7 years of drought. And he was like, it was 3 years of prosperity, 7 years of drought. So they were like, within 3 years, you collect enough to last through the 7 years of drought. If an entire country is in a drought, and it's like one of the most advanced civilizations ever, it's okay sometimes if we're not productive. I can't believe that. I always expect myself to be productive 24/7, and if I procrastinate, I feel guilty and I feel horrible and I beat myself up about it. I pray that I can get to any point to where like I'm like, oh, it's okay, man. I'm gonna enjoy my week, and on this day I'll get serious right before. You know, because I know I'm only gonna work on it right before the deadline. If I can get to there, I can't right now. I tell myself I'm wasting time. I get angry at myself. I'm like, look at you. You're this, you're this, you're this. And I wish I could be that, but I'm not. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard, but it's life. It's true. I wish I could be.
I think at every stage of your life, you're always gonna be like, man, I wish I was better. Like I don't think there's ever gonna be a stage in your life where you're like, I'm perfect. Like I've figured everything out. You're always gonna be like, I think that's just kind of what makes humans like able to live through life. Yeah, it's just like there's always something you want. Like regardless of like, you know, like if I achieved all my dreams, I know that I'm gonna be like, I just need to get more dreams. Yeah. Man, humans are greedy. Like in that way, like it's just,
It's good to think back about what you've done and everything.
yeah, man, yeah.
It's hard. You can be kind to yourself one time, just for 2 seconds in your day, and you deserve it. You're good enough. We're good enough. We're enough. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. We're all trying. People will make it young. Good for you. But if we're not, it's okay for us. Let's hope we can be okay with ourselves. Man, just if you see somebody trying, man, just
Yeah, bro. Like if you see somebody trying on TikTok, or if you see somebody trying on thing, just hit them hit them with a like, bro. Hit them with a favorite, do a comment or something. You know what I mean? That like I like that matters. Like I feel like a lot to them. Just do that. Like just throw them like a comment or something. Yeah.
You feel jealous. No, feel good. Like that's a blessing next door.
I think it's actually you who told me that was like, if you feel like what you're doing is cringy, that's actually who you are. Like that's who you are on the inside, but you just don't want people to see that out loud, you know? Just be you, bro. Like that's like 100%. Like don't.
The best feeling is being around homies where you just
Yeah, for real. Like that's the best feeling.
Like if the people around you is like, oh, I have to always be like cool or all this. There's so much joy when you see homies walk around them. You can ask them questions. You say the cringiest things. You know that thing when people are like, when they sit in silence. I still can't sit in silence, but I won't feel weird if he's doing something over there and I'm here. But if I'm not with someone, but you know what I mean? I mean, I want to be entertained. It'll come. I swear it does. Just try to be happy for yourself. It's hard. Just go do random stuff. Try like random stuff.
Yeah, really. Just go to random coffee shops. You'll meet somebody.
It's so fun. I saw a dude today performing in live, and I was so scared to like talk to him, and I was like, such a fun experience. Now I know I want to get into something completely different. Just try. I swear to God, just like.
Man,
we all
you,
just
this
wanna
man,
be
this
happy.
man walked up there. He was like, "Put me on, put me on."
Put me on. Yeah, that's the title. Put me on.
Put me on. Yeah.
I'm gonna go up to a girl and be like, put me on.
Put me on, bro.
No, talk to her friend and be like, put me on.
Put me
Right? The Kids Next Door logo is fire. I'm numero uno. I'm number 4.
I'm numero uno. Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about that.
Hold on. I'm number 4. What are you? Yeah. Number 0. Wait, is that his name? Nigel? Wait, go look. Yeah, number 1. You want to smack the screen like this? All right, now bye. I'd be funny. Oh, do the Pepe. All right. Okay, now hold on.